Hello, so the game I decided to improve was my game called Lucky Dice. The reason I decided on this was because this was the game that I got the most feedback on our forums. Um, Lucky Dice, for Lucky Dice, you need 4 dice and a piece of paper to keep score. And the goal of the game is to be the first one to roll multiple times to add up to the number 21 without going over. And if the player involved wants to make the game harder, they could even change the number that they're trying to get to be a higher number. Before they begin, at the start of the game, players must divide the piece of paper into 2 parts with each player's name above one part. And this is where players will add up the sum of their rolls as they go. Um, each player needs 2 dice, and they'll shake these dice to randomize them and then roll them. While the players roll the dice, they will add the sum of them up each roll. The player that reaches 21 in the least amount of rolls wins. And if the player goes over 21, they must redo their last roll without adding their roll that caused them to go over. This is something that I had to specify because someone had mentioned that. And I just had to make sure that they're not constantly adding it and just having a sum that's over 21, which would defeat the purpose of the game. If a player reaches 20 before they go over, they must remove 1 die in order to make the score of 21 achievable, and this is because you cannot possibly get a sum of 21 with 2 dice. The winner will be determined by the first player that reaches 5 wins. This is something I also had to add because in my original version, I never had a way to win the game in the end, just a way to win each round. So I had to specify that you had to win 4 or 5 rounds, sorry, to win the game completely.